Bonjour tout le monde. Hello everyone. Bienvenue. Welcome à une autre émission d'apprendre le français avec Madame. So welcome back to another episode of Learn French with Madame. Aujourd'hui, on va parler au sujet des vacances et des voyages. So today we're going to talk about travel and vacation. De bien dit 2, chapitre 10, vocabulaire 2, so the second level of bien dit, chapter 10, the second piece of vocab in chapter 10. Okay, so this set of vocab, I have it kind of written out as a story. So you're going to see things and verbs conjugated and written in the first tense with je, but just know that it's conjugated and that the infinitive is a little bit different. Okay, donc on va commencer. So let's start. En premier, avant de partir en voyage, il faut que. No, donc, nos deux premiers mots, our first two words, avant de partir en voyage, that partir en voyage, to go on vacation or to leave on vacation. So before leaving on vacation, il faut que. I have to. So avant de partir en voyage, before leaving on vacation, il faut que. I have to. Okay? Je m'informe sur Internet. So I have to get information on the internet. So basically like inquire on the internet. Particulièrement sur un site d'une compagnie aérienne. So je m'informe sur Internet just means inquire on the internet. Basically do internet research. Particulièrement, particularly, sur un site d'une compagnie aérienne, particularly on an airline company's website. Okay, une compagnie aérienne, an airline company's website. Prochaine, ensuite, so next, je me renseigne dans une agence de voyage. So, je me renseigne dans une agence de voyage just means get information from a travel agency. So, je me renseigne dans une agence de voyage. I get information from a travel agency. Là, there, il y a beaucoup de brochures. Là, il y a beaucoup de brochures. And brochure is just brochures. J'achète un plan. J'achète un plan is I buy a map. J'achète un plan. I buy a map. And if you haven't, while we're in this chapter talking about travel and all of this fun stuff, you should look up a map of the French metro, so the trains that run underground around Paris. You should look it up. This map that's up here is a small piece of a map of the metro trains, but it's pretty cool to look at. There's lots and lots of routes for everything to go to. Et aussi, j'achète un guide. Aussi, j'achète un guide. And also, I buy a guide. Sort of like a brochure, if you will, for like a place, like a tourist attraction. So this is a guide for the Eiffel Tower, and it usually has some fun facts in there with some other stuff as well. Prochaine, je fais une réservation. So prochain, je fais une réservation. Next, I make a reservation. So I've got, je fais une réservation d'hôtel. I make a hotel reservation. Je fais une réservation de billet de train. So I reserve a train ticket. Et je fais une réservation de billet d'avion. I reserve a plane ticket. So a little bit about these pictures up here. That first small picture that showed up with the big T on it, that is what the metro train tickets look like. There's different types of train tickets, so a TGV train ticket might look different than this one, but these ones are used for the trains that go around Paris and everything like that. They're quite small, but they do have a little stripe on the back that you would scan in order to let you onto the platform. La deuxième photo, the second picture, is an Air France plane ticket. So you can see on there, most of the stuff is written in French, although it does have a lot of English on there as well. Okay, je change de l'argent. So I change my money. Je change de l'argent. I change out my money. Pour des pièces. So j'ai des pièces. I have coins. Et des billets and bills. So j'ai des pièces et des billets. I have coins and bills. One big thing that's important to know by the big difference between the US and France, or really Europe, as far as money goes, is that in France or in Europe, they have the euro instead of the dollar, but they also go in increments. So they have $5 bills, $10 bills, 20, 50, 100, and 200, but their coins, they have a $1 coin, a $2 coin, a 20-cent, 50-cent, and then they have some pennies as well. So just so you know, like if it's going to cost $7, you would use a $5 bill and a $2 coin. Something to think of. Maintenant, j'ai besoin absolument faire ma valise. So, on a deux mots de vocabulaire ici. J'ai besoin absolument just means I absolutely need or I absolutely must. And faire ma valise is to pack my suitcase. So, j'ai besoin absolument faire ma valise. I absolutely must pack my suitcase. OK? Dans ma valise, je mets mon passeport et mon appareil photo. So appareil photo, we've already learned, so that's a little bit of review. But passport is a new one. It's very easy because it looks just like it is in English. And then I put a picture of a French passport there so you can see it's a little bit different than passports in the US. Aussi, j'ai besoin de mon permis de conduire. So I also need my driver's license. And there's a picture of a French driver's license. It's a very old one, though. This is from the République Française. So this was back before the French Revolution. So it has changed. Et aussi, mes lunettes de soleil, my sunglasses, c'est très important. Donc, mon passeport, mon appareil photo, mon permis de conduire et mes lunettes de soleil. J'ai besoin aussi, I also need, so I highlighted all of our words that we're learning in pink. So j'ai besoin aussi un pool, une trousse de toilette, et des chèques de voyage. That last one you might not need, but it is kind of helpful just to know it in English. So un pool, we should remember from French 2, is a pullover sweater, one that doesn't really have a hood. Une trousse de toilette is a toiletry bag, one where you keep your toothbrush, toothpaste, floss, deodorant, face wash, all that stuff. And des chèques de voyage are traveler's checks. Now, not very many places take traveler's checks anymore, especially with the use of credit and debit cards, but traveler's checks are still a thing in some places, so it's helpful to know what they're called. Aussi, il ne faut surtout pas, we especially cannot forget de se faire vacciner, to get vaccinated. So there are a couple countries, especially if you're traveling to countries in Africa, that you will have to get vaccines for in order to travel there, like a malaria shot, et cetera, et cetera. So back even before you travel, when you go to school in the United States, you have to get some vaccines before you can start going to school for the very first time. You usually get a vaccine for like whooping cough, the flu, maybe some other ones too. But the whooping cough, like measles, mumps, polio, those are all big ones that you get. So, il ne faut surtout pas oublier de se faire vacciner. So, we must especially not forget to get vaccinated, especially if you're traveling to some African countries. You will not be able to travel if you do not get those vaccines. Okay? Et aussi, faire une demande de visa. So you really only need to apply for a visa if you're planning on staying for a certain period of time. Most of the time, if it's a short trip, your passport is fine. However, if you're planning to stay for like months on end, then you'll need to apply for a travel visa. So, faire une demande de visa. Aussi, enfin, je peux louer une maison et une voiture. So finally, je peux louer une maison. I can rent a house, and une voiture, a car. Donc, louer, c'est the verb to rent. And we should remember une maison, a house, and une voiture, a car. Quand je voyage avec mes amis, when I travel with my friends, je pose ces questions. I ask these questions. Tu as besoin, or tu as bien pensé à, and then I fill it in with whatever else I need. But tu as besoin, tu as bien pensé à means did you make sure you thought of? I'm used to saying tu as besoin d'un crayon. I am used to saying in class you need a pencil. So tu as bien pensé à, did you make sure that you thought of? You could ask, tu as bien pensé à prendre ton passeport? Did you think of grabbing your passport? Or tu as bien pensé à louer une voiture? Did you make sure you thought of renting a car? Etc., etc. Aussi, tu n'as pas oublié de. So, tu n'as pas oublié de, you did not forget to. So, I could say, tu n'as pas oublié de se faire vacciner. So, you did not forget to go get vaccinated. So, that way I make sure everybody is ready to go. Et mes amis me répondent. So, my friends respond to me. Tu as bien fait de me le rappeler. Tu as bien fait de me le rappeler. So it's a good thing that you reminded me. It's a good thing you reminded me. Tu as bien fait de me le rappeler. Prochaine, évidemment que j'ai oublié, par exemple, obviously I forgot, or obviously I did not forget, évidemment que je n'ai pas oublié, obviously I didn't forget, évidemment is just that obviously part. Prochaine, ah, mais si, ah, yes, ah, mais si, ah, yes. So if you remind somebody, they could say, ah, mais si, ah, yes, j'ai oublié mon passeport. Yes, I forgot my passport. Et c'est un grand problème. That's a big problem. Et finalement, on part en vacances. We can leave on vacation. So this was actually a pretty short list of vocab. That's all of the vocab. I was able to get it in one video. So no other parts for this. Mais si vous avez des questions, envoyez un email et posez des questions à moi and ask me some questions. Mais c'est tout pour aujourd'hui. Bon voyage et à plus.